Are you ready? I don't think you're ready because okay, so let me breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. This is just everything that I have ever wanted Urban Decay to do. Oh, I'm having a moment, sorry. So, hi guys. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do hope that you enjoy this video and that you'll subscribe. I'm pretty new here and this is my first official tutorial, so pardon me if I sound or feel a little nervous. I'm still getting used to kind of like talking to you guys through camera lens. It's not the same as being my usual goofy self when I'm in person. But all that aside, I can't even, okay, so those of you who know me know my obsession for Urban Decay. Like, Urban Decay is my ride or die when it comes to eyeshadows, to palettes. Like, I feel they're just so innovative with things. I know that the Naked palettes are getting a little bit tired lately, but honestly, this Naked Heat is pretty much, I feel like it's gonna be my ride or die. I haven't even swatched it. The box just came in the mail a few minutes ago. I decided that I was going to do my face first so I wouldn't scare you guys, but you'll see a little bit of how I did this later on. But I did want to get into this palette and open it with you. So I'm obsessed with warm tones, and ta-da, she's here. Okay, so this packaging is beautiful. Like, I'm sorry that it's reflecting off of the mirror in front of me, but damn, Urban Decay, like, yes. The back of the box even has like these gorgeous roses that look like they're in flames. I'm obsessed with roses, y'all, like you have no idea. And the inside of the box is bomb too. Like, they just took a whole bunch of matches and kind of like burnt them straight down. Like, yes, Urban Decay. I love how edgy they are, always. Okay, so let's get into the palette because I know that's what you really want to see. So here she is. The back is just plain, but the front I love because it's that same plastic casing that came with the Naked Smoky, and it's hard, you know, and it's a bit magnetic as well. These letters on top of the Naked, I'm sorry if this is blinding you, but this feels raised, and then underneath is kind of like this holographic effect that makes it look like it's on fire. Super bomb. So let's open this up. I'm going to try not to blind you guys. I'll try to cover the mirror as best as I can, but look at those shades. Yo, can you even? Dude, like, dude. I'm not going to get into many swatches because I feel like you can already go onto other people's YouTubes and see the 5 bajillion swatches that are out there, because I feel like Urban Decay did send this palette to all of the top YouTubers, and that's awesome because I got to see it beforehand. But I purchased this on the pre-sale with my own money, so this video is not sponsored. I just am a huge fan of Urban Decay and I wanted to make this video for you guys because I feel like this palette is going to fly off the shelves when it finally hits, because I think these warm shades are going to be beautiful for springtime, for summer. I mean, it's just like an all-around gorgeous palette, and I really love that. Hang on, let me try not to blind you again. But I appreciate that there are more mattes in this palette, and compared to the other palettes that they've released from the Naked collection. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mattes that I can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so there's this guy right here. I'm counting it as a matte, even though it has like a little bit of a sheen to it. I feel like it's going to translate onto the eye as a matte. So overall, I would say there's 7 mattes and 5 shimmers. And I love that they included like these deeper kind of plummy tones that are going to work well come fall and winter as well if you wanted to use this palette year round. The palette did come with a dual-ended brush. Hopefully my camera will focus in for you. One end is a blender. Let's see. Crap. Come on, camera. Okay, so one end is a shader, and this end is going to be your blender. To be honest with you, I've never liked any of the brushes that have come in the Naked palettes. Sorry, I know many of you out there might love them. I just feel like they're not the same quality as if you were to buy a legit brush from Urban Decay or from other companies. I feel like they're just like any other brush that you would get in a palette. So not knocking it, I'm just saying it's not my favorite brush. So I'm gonna zoom you in so we can get started because I want to put this bad boy on my face. All right, so let's get this show on the road. So first things first, we're going to prep with Urban Decay's Vitamin B6 Spray. I love this stuff because it actually helps me to produce a little bit less oil on my face throughout the day. I let it dry, fan it out, and fan it out. Okay, next is Max Prep and Prime. I like it, I don't love it, but I do apply it with a brush because I'm trying to finish it up. You know how it goes. So I use the brush to make sure that I don't get my hands dirty. I hate getting my hands dirty. Next is my Mary Kay eye primer. I love this stuff. Lasts all day and it's super cheap. It's only like 12 bucks. So I'm like, yes. All right. So now we're going to prime the other eye. I usually use my fingers just to make sure that every area is getting covered. So now is my ride or die. This is the Urban Decay Naked Skin in shade 4.0. And I just bought these brushes from Real Techniques. I'm not sure if you guys have seen them, but I picked them up at Harmon. They came in a packet of about 4 of them with some makeup sponges as well. I really like it. It's kind of an angled kabuki, and I enjoy the way that it applies foundation because I like to tap it into my skin. It helps me to make sure that my foundation lasts a little bit longer, and it's a trick that I picked up from Tamana from Dress Your Face. Have you guys ever heard of her? Leave a comment below. She was actually my teacher. Okay, so next is the Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin. This is shade light to medium. I like this shade in the summer. Clearly, I'm still not as tanned as I usually get, but this shade is good because I don't really like a super stark highlight. I just feel like it looks a little bit weird when the center of your face is way lighter than the rest of your face. So I'm going to blend this in with another Real Technique. I can't even talk today. Another Real Techniques brush that has been my ride or die. I use this guy to blend in my concealer all the time. I'm not a huge fan of tiny brushes because I feel like it takes forever to get my concealer done. So this one does the job beautifully for me. You guys like my headband? I just got it at Adidas. I think it looks silly on me, but it's cute. All right, so now it's time to contour. I use this Revlon foundation in Rich Ginger. It's a stick foundation from the PhotoFinish line. I like the tone of this stuff. It's kind of a cooler shade and it blends in nicely. I know that other companies have come out with products specifically made for contouring the face, and this foundation is not sold as a contour. It is a regular foundation shade. I believe it costs close to $15, but I did get it on sale at a buy one get one half off. So it only cost me about $7.50, guys, which isn't too shabby. Watch me blend. Watch me blend my life away. And you're so lucky that I sped this up, because if not, you would have seen me blending for 5 years. Still blending. Still blending. Can anybody relate? Leave a comment down below. How long do you take to blend your contour out? Okay, so I know some of you are going to think this brush is way too big for contouring the nose, but I am so lazy to switch out brushes that I just pinch the bristles like you saw me do, and it helps me to create a better line. Okay, my good old Coty Airspun and Naturally Neutral. This stuff is ride or die. It's dirt cheap, but it sets the face so beautifully, and it actually helps me produce less oils throughout the day, and I am so down for that. And I think part of it is because it's made of talc, so it helps to absorb those oils. And I can usually go about maybe 5 or 6 hours without having to blot, which is amazing, since usually after an hour or so, you can probably fry eggs on my face. That's how oily I am. All right, so next I'm showing you my Royal & Lang nickel brush. I'm going to be using this to contour my face with powder and set the rest of the areas that I haven't set. So for my powder contour, I'm going to be using this little guy here from Smashbox. It has a nice contour shade as well as a nice bronzing shade. Yeah, you like me getting all excited over my new unicorn tart brushes. They're so beautiful, guys. I can't even. I couldn't resist when I saw them. Did anybody else pick them up? Because holy Jesus, it's not even funny. I got suckered in from the moment I saw them on Instagram. Okay, so here I'm using the contour shade in the palette just to go over the zones where I used the cream contour, just to up the ante a little bit, because I am planning on doing a much smokier eye. So I want to make sure that my face is balanced out. I have no idea what I'm listening to right now, but I'm pretty sure I was really digging it. Oh gosh. Alright, so after the contouring shade, I'm going to grab this middle shade, which is more of a bronzier shade. I love the undertone of this guy. It's kind of like a reddish bronze, which mimics a natural suntan, unlike other bronzers that I've tried that make you look like Agent Orange Oompa Loompa, if you know what I mean. So if you ever go a little too hard with your contour, you can always go back and grab your powder brush and just blend everything together. It'll make everything a whole lot more seamless. You'll see me do this right now. On camera, it doesn't really look that dark because I feel like the lights kind of wash it out a bit, but in person I was like, whoa, Nelly. Okay, so here comes blush. I love me some Milani blushes, and this one is no exception. I've already told you how much I love roses, and holy crap, this blush delivers. It is absolutely one of the most pigmented blushes I've ever used. And you just saw me use a brush from Germany. My amazing friend Sarah ordered it for me through her mom in Germany, and it took forever to get here on a boat, but it finally got here, and it is by far one of my favorite brushes to use for blush. Next is the Balm Mary Luminizer. I feel like everybody and their mother has heard about this one before. I used it particularly because, sorry, I get really excited over unicorn brushes. So I used this one because it has a much warmer tone, which will match much better with the palette that we're about to use. It is a very strong highlight, so if you don't like strong highlights, this may not be the one for you. But if you like it popping, girl, this gonna pop. I'm gonna hit up my nose. Typically, I don't use too much highlight on my face because, since I said before, I am super oily. I don't want to look like shiny disco balls by the end of the day, but a little bit doesn't hurt. All right, let's sculpt these eyebrows. I'm gonna be using my, oh God, what is the name of this thing? It's not the Brow Wiz, it's the other one. I don't like this one that much, guys. What do you think? I prefer the Brow Wiz to this one. It just, I don't know. I prefer like a thinner point when I'm doing my brows. I feel like I don't get as much control with this one, and you'll see me going back and forth trying to blend out where I'm making little mistakes. I didn't really carve out my brows for this tutorial. I just wanted a more natural brow, because I feel like summertime, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I prefer a more natural brow in the summertime, even if I am doing a vampire look. So guys, what are your favorite brow products? What do you usually use when you're doing your brows? Leave me some comments below. Anything I haven't tried before, because I'm always up. Oh, I'm out of frame. I'm always up for trying new eyebrow products. I'm obsessed with brow products. Even though I've been told I have pretty good brows, but I still like to fill them in just to get a little more shape. Okay, so here comes the palette. So first, we're going to highlight the brow bone with Ounce. And this shade, I thought it was going to be a matte when I first saw it on the palette, but clearly not. It's got a bit of shimmer. Now for the transition shade, I mixed a little bit of Low Blow and Sauced. I really love the tonality of these shades, and you can see how nicely they're blending. I wanted to go in only with Sauced, but I figured that Sauced and Low Blow might make a better, like, richer combination, and it would save me some time too. So now I'm going in with En Fuego. It is the third shade from the end of the palette. I just wanted to deepen my crease a little bit more. So here you'll see me lay down the color, and I am blending a bit, but as I go, typically my best trick is to lay down the color with a brush, usually something smaller, and then I'll go back in with a clean fluffy brush in order to blend out the edges. So here I'm just placing wherever I want the shadow to be, and in a few seconds you'll see me blend it out. Here we go. So this brush is also from Royal & Langnickel. It is really, really nice. I enjoy how fluffy it is. It just aids so beautifully in blending out the top of the transition. All right, so now I'm going in with the shade Lumber on the inner third of my eye. I kind of felt like it didn't have that much pigmentation, but I feel like if you spray the brush and use it wet, it'll be a whole lot more pigmented, as with all shadows. And now on the center of my lid, I'm going to be going in with the shade Scorched. Oh, yeah. This shade is such a winner in the palette. It is so beautiful. I did not wet my brush. It is just naturally that pigmented and shiny, but I feel like with a little bit of setting spray on the brush, this would be freaking metallic as fuck. There, I said it. All right, and on my outer third, I'm using the shade Ember. So this one I'm using the same trick, especially on the outer third of the eye. I will place the color exactly where I want it to go, and then I'll go in with another brush and blend. So I'm pushing the shade into my crease instead of worrying about using a fluffier brush and messing up the other colors. All right, and my last step is using a little bit of Ashes on a MAC 217, and I'm just gonna blend that into the crease so that all the colors kind of marry each other. Hey guys, I'm so sorry, but my camera overheated and then I figured it was getting really late, so I just finished up my lower lash line with a couple of the shadows in the palette. I also lined my tight line and my waterline with Makeup Forever's black pencil liner, and I also added these Koko lashes. They're named Stella. Aren't they pretty? So overall, my thoughts on this bad boy here: it's a beautiful palette. The mattes blended out so nicely, like effortlessly. The shimmer shades are just absolutely beautiful. They really pop on the lid. I'm not sure if it's coming across that way on camera, but I also finished up my lips with, let's see what we got here, Urban Decay 24/7 the Naked2 lip liner, and I topped it off with the Native lipstick, also from Urban Decay. I was going to do an O for lip, but I figured I'd just stay with the theme and play around with more Urban Decay products to make it more of an Urban Decay look. So I guess my only complaint about the palette would be that, and I'm not trying to blind you, but the lightest shade in the palette right here is called Ounce. It does highlight the brow bone really nicely, but it doesn't work, at least for me, it doesn't work as an inner corner highlight. I really want something that pops. So I went back in and took the Balm Mary Luminizer, and I just went into the inner corners and added a little extra because I really like my inner corners to pop and show up, because it really opens up the eye, especially when you have darker colors on the outside and a pair of lashes on. Other than that, I gotta say, I'm in love, guys. I love this palette. It drops sometime at the end of the month. I'm not 100% sure what day, but I can put it down below in the comments section on the Urban Decay website, and I do know that it drops a little later, like in mid-July in Ulta, and I believe Sephora as well, but I'll double check those dates for you, and I'll put them in the down bar right somewhere down there. But if there are any questions that you have about the palette that I didn't cover, that I just forgot to mention, please leave a comment. I'm always happy to answer your questions, and I hope you've enjoyed this look, and I'll talk to you soon. Love you guys. But look what